It's been a week and already I've got some hot news steaming right, piping hot off the plate, if you will. IngramSpark is running a giveaway for you. And this book award that I just heard about, it got 800% increase in sales from getting this particular book award. And then the top 11 publishing trends in 2024. Great article I want to share here with you. All that and more in the self-publishing news for December the 4th of 2023.
Learn how to publish books and build your author business with award-winning author and self-publishing consultant Dale L. Roberts. This is the Self-Publishing with Dale podcast.
Dibbly Create, they've been sponsoring this channel for the past few months. I am a huge fan of them. They are cloud-based word processing software that has AI integration. This is so good. I use it for writing my books, my blog posts, my Substack posts, articles, video scripts, so much more. And the AI integration is fantastic. You're not having to, this is not some platform that's going to be like, hey, you're going to be writing an entire book with AI. No, AI is a great assistive device through Dibbly Create. In fact, the founders of Dibbly Create, Marco and Natasha Motino, even said, like, look, we're not looking to replace you with AI. And that's a good thing. So if you want more details about Dibbly Create, you can get free or premium access when you visit my affiliate link at dalelinks.com/DibblyCreate. All right, first item up here in the news. This one just hot off the plate here. Big shout out to one of my community members as well as bringing it up over inside the Discord community about IngramSpark is running a giveaway right now. We're celebrating the season with a book giveaway. 50 lucky winners will receive a tote bag filled with 10 free author copies of their book. Hey, I'll take 10 free author copies. I'm going to enter this contest, by the way. I haven't done it just yet. There are 27 days left for you to go ahead and enter for this. If you're publishing through IngramSpark, one of the best ways to do it. And by the way, you have no reason to not at least go over and upload your books to IngramSpark. You don't have to distribute to them. If you want to do this giveaway, it's free to upload to them now. There's no longer any type of coupon code you have to worry about, although they do have an update fee for 60 days afterwards. But for instances like this, if you want to enter for a chance to win free author copies of your book, 10 of them, go for that. And I mean, shoot, if you're spending like $10 per, author copy right there, they're already saving you about $100 and you get a sweet little tote bag with your book. All right, next item up here in the news comes from the fine folks over at the Alliance of Independent Authors. There's a podcast segment with Dan Holloway where he does a new segment. Folks, go subscribe to the Ally podcast. They're fantastic. And Dan actually showcased more recently how a nonfiction book prize shows an 875% increase in book sales for prize winners. You say, what? Okay, so as soon as I saw that, it was just crazy because so many times I've had a guest on. Her name's Hannah Jacobson. She is not only part of the Alliance Advisory Board, or the Ally Advisory Board, she's also the founder of Book Award Pro. And a lot of times some people are like, okay, what kind of a return on investment? Can I see my book sales increase? Here's a great case study, because if you look over here, Baillie Gifford is the UK's leading nonfiction prize. It has a huge £50,000 first prize, and Baillie Gifford have partnered with Nielsen Bookscan to produce information on how winning the prize affects the long-term prospects of a book. And in this particular case study, they saw the most spectacular jump from 696 copies sold to 7,028 sold. What? First of all, why am I not putting my books into this contest? And the next thing is, Dan Holloway, this is fantastic. Thanks so much for sharing this information. But how many people out there would love to see an 875% increase in their book sales from just winning a book award? I know I would. This next source actually comes from the folks over at Later Press. Big shout out to Nate Gillick from laterpress.com. Folks, you want more information about how there's no platform fees for your direct sales, your ebooks, go over to laterpress.com. That is not a sponsored spot, by the way. It's only because I want to give credit to where credit's due, because they shared a recent article from the Writing Success Academy. This is the top 11 self-publishing trends for 2024. And I'm just going to go through this top 11 list here and maybe touch on a couple of these. The rise of audiobook popularity. I mean, this has been happening now for years. The audiobook popularity continues to grow. In fact, so much so, Spotify decided, oh gosh, it's already been almost a couple years now that they acquired Findaway Voices for audiobook distribution. And now they are really going all in. So much so that they're offering an audiobook membership option to Spotify premium members where they can listen to 15 hours at a time. So when you see this massive company pouring a lot of money into this, you know darn well that's the right direction to go. AI and machine learning and self-publishing, well, we've been seeing a lot of that growing lately. Shout out to sponsors, Dipley Create. Increased use of subscription models. Yes, yes, yes. Dominance of ebook sales over print. Now this one, you're going to have to read the fine print on it. Keep in mind that ebook sales, the total net profits that you get from ebooks is significantly less than what you get from print. But unit for unit, oh yeah, ebooks outsell print books by a long shot. And especially since we're not always able to track a lot of ebook sales because some of them don't have ISBNs attached to them. So there's a lot probably we don't know as much about. It'd be nice if KDP ever revealed a little bit of that information. Enhanced ebook features, self-publishing platforms beyond Amazon. I've been shouting this from the mountaintops. Hopefully you folks have been listening. Direct sales through author platforms. A large part of what I hear that was coming from 20 Books Vegas this past month was direct sales. Direct sales is what a lot of people are talking about. You don't have to mess around with any algorithms or anything else like that. If you've got the audience, get the direct sales so you can remove the middleman and start making more money as an author. Oh my goodness. Let me just touch on a few more of these without interjecting here. Niche marketing becomes mainstream. The rise in AI narrated audiobooks. More about that here in a minute here. Authors relying more on newsletters than social media. Yes, yes, yes. I've said everything about email marketing, and indie authors selling to a more global audience. Love this. Of course, I'm going to put a lot of these links inside the description and the show notes so that way you can get more details about this. Hey, Kobo Writing Life is right now running a cover contest. It's actually the 2023 Indie Cover Contest. And they are right now have a short list of those, and they want you to vote. The voting ends at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time on December 15th. The winner in each category will be announced the week of December 18th. So go vote there. All right. This one actually comes from a good friend of mine, Anthony Fleischman. Actually, he was the voice of my audio podcast in the intro and outro in my first year or so of doing the podcast and such. He'd reached out to me, and this is a very interesting one because, he is a narrator full time. That's his work. That's his job. And he brought up a really good petition. How effective this petition will be remains to be seen. But at any rate, it's keep humanity in storytelling, support human narration of audiobooks. Let me give the TLDR at this point, and they're not necessarily looking to ban or do away with AI narration. They understand that there are going to be some people out there that might not have the discretionary expense, or they don't see the value in hiring a human narrator. So what they would like to do is have it to where if someone uses AI narration, that it is fully disclosed on the actual product itself. So that way consumers are aware of what they're buying and in what capacity. That would make a huge difference. I would argue as a person who does consume audiobooks, if I heard something that was bad AI narration, I would return it and ask for my money back. Now, gonna admit to you, I don't buy very many audiobooks. I usually check them out over through Libby, but either way, it would be nice if I saw in the description of something like this was narrated by artificial intelligence. It would help me out a little bit and understanding should I invest my time in this or not? Because I'm not the biggest fan of some of the AI narration. It's just not as good, especially when it comes to fiction. It's just not there yet, but feel free to disagree with me. I totally get it. Hey, I did mention this one last week, but I figure I'll go ahead and repeat it anyways. The fine folks over at the Smashwords is going to be running a 2023 end of year sale. These promotions always do really, really well. In fact, I've actually marked all of my books down for this sale, 75% off all of my books about self-publishing. I'll tell you guys more about that once the week comes. This is the enrollment period closes at the end of the day on December 13th. So if you want to put any of your books, you have to get it up by December 13th, and the sale runs from the 15th to the very end of the month. Great resource. Smashwords, fantastic. Love them. If you want more details about how to use this in the best way possible and to market and promote it, they actually give you additional resources on this other link here. I'll make sure to share this inside the show notes as well. They give you email copy. They give you graphics you can share on your profile picture for social media, so on and so forth. Let's transition over to Reedsy. Reedsy Live's actually going to be hosting a query letter critique with the former literary agent, Fran Lebowitz. So if you would like to get your queries critiqued, you can go ahead and take a look at this live broadcast on Wednesday, December the 6th from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will need to reserve yourself a spot. And this is not going to be for everybody, but for anybody that's looking to get into TradPub, this might be definitely the way to go. Speaking of events, I got a couple more events to kind of cover here real quick. BookBrush is running a workshop on animated email signatures. Stand out in inboxes, learn to create eye-catching animated email signatures. December the 6th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Animated email signatures can be a creative and engaging addition to an author's email communications. And the best part, you can make them in BookBrush. So make sure you join Kathleen December the 6th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you're going to have to pick and choose on some of these broadcasts. Lulu, it seems like everybody wants to do it on Wednesday, December the 6th. Lulu's going to be doing an Ask Us Anything broadcast. This is going to be hosted with Chelsea Bennett, good friend and former guest here of the channel. She's the education community manager of Lulu.com. You also recognize her from Lulu University on YouTube. Lauren Vasallo, Paul Hobday, and Patty Martinez are going to be joining the crew there. Reflect on new Lulu features added in 2023. Look ahead to what you can expect in 2024 and take your questions and suggestions on anything and everything on Lulu. Again, this is on December 6th, Wednesday at 12 p.m. And going a little further forward right now, as of this moment, Authorpreneur Summit is happening. The 2023 Summit, Author to Authorpreneur Summit, is going on from December 4th to the 8th. Transform your passion to profit. This one is actually hosted by a good friend of mine and former guest here of the channel, April Cox. And it's free to enroll. Yes, I think there is an upgrade, like a premium pass you can go ahead and buy, but you're not obligated to anything like that. She has put her heart and soul into this. In fact, I'd actually swore off doing summits altogether, but she came to me and was like, come on, man. And I'm like, I can't say no to April. So I ended up saying yes. We had a great conversation, I believe, about YouTube and how authors can leverage that avenue. And hey, folks, as we start to wrap up today's podcast, do me a huge favor. Come on over and join me on the Discord community. That's over at dalelinks.com/Discord. And you can join over 785 other members. Right now, 109 of them are online. And join, there's so many channels where we talk all about self-publishing, all about some of these news items. In fact, one of those news items about IngramSpark was brought to the attention of everybody else because that community member had contributed. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of who did it, but big shout out to you. I appreciate you. And if there was any particular piece of news that I missed over the past week, let me know over on Discord. I definitely would love to hear from you. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I appreciate you. See you next week.
You've been listening to the Self-Publishing with Dale podcast. Visit us at selfpublishingwithdale.com for more information on how you can level up your self-publishing business. Also, check out our growing video-on-demand service, chock full of free and premium content, when you head over to theselfpublishinghub.com. If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving a review on your preferred podcasting platform. We thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode.